This beautiful plant is called Lau Pele, or otherwise known as edible hibiscus. All hibiscus is edible, but this one is palatable. So maybe we should call this one palatable hibiscus. It's a dark leafy green, which is very important to the human diet. You can go to nutritionfacts.org to find out more. Dark leafy greens help your body utilize the sunlight to create other nutrients like CoQ10. Again, go to nutritionfacts.org and find out how important dark leafy greens are in your diet. I want to sell you guys on this right now. So I'm a plant-based eater for the most part. I'm trying to move away from a grain-based plant-based diet, which is largely what most vegan plant-based people have. Not that grains are necessarily bad for you. That's been proven. They're a healthy thing, but they are annuals, right? And we want to get away from the massive amounts of annual planting that we are doing on our planet. We want perennial, carbon sequestering, soil building plants for our ecosystem. And I mean, for our own sanity of enjoying our garden rather than working endlessly in our garden or in our farm, right? So dark leafy greens, really important if you're trying to get away from a grain-based diet. You still need your carbohydrates, but this provides extra nutrients that the grains would provide. So a lot of people say, you know, you don't need meat, you don't need eggs and dairy and all that stuff to be strong and healthy. Look at a gorilla. Gorillas don't eat meat and have all this extra protein and everything, and yet they're gnarly. They're crazy ripped, you know, and healthy and strong. And that's true. It's a great argument. Then you go and you see these people who use that argument, and then they're going and 80% of their diet is based on annual products, grain-based products, legumes that are all tilled over and over and over again, right? And yet, what do you see this gorilla eating? Does it wake up and have a bowl of oatmeal and then a quinoa lunch and a rice and legume-based dinner? No, they're eating 100% perennial, almost 100%. I would think. I'm not in the jungle with these guys, so I don't know, but a perennial-based diet, right? And they're extremely healthy. So it can be done. A perennial-based vegan diet can be done, and I think it is the healthiest way to go. I'm trying to get there myself. I don't think it's 100% bad to be eating grains. Grains can be utilized in a intercropping type situation where, as you're planting your trees, you have your rows in the middle, and you can plant the annuals in the process of waiting for the canopy to take hold and to become mature, for your trees to mature. So there is a purpose for annuals, but there is a succession that we have to allow, right? If you keep planting annuals over and over and over and over again, the soil will be depleted. Annuals are for the beginnings of something. And what is going to succeed that? What is the next succession? Your perennials, right? So annuals and perennials, and you can intercrop those if you design it well. Okay, so back to Lau Pele. This is a perennial. It's a woody material, and you can plant it very, very easily. All you have to do is take a woody cutting, not a green stem type thing, but a woody cutting. Cut it, let it dry a little bit on the bottom for a few hours, or cut it in the morning and plant it later in the afternoon, and take all the leaves off, because the leaves will dry out this cutting, right? So take all the leaves off. You can leave a couple little small ones there if you want, or just leave the nodes. The nodes are these little guys right there, and plant this in the ground. It grows really well. You can stick it, you don't have to start it in a pot in a nursery or anything. Just plant it in the ground, water it a few times until it gets established. Very easy to grow and easy to take. A quick couple other things with Lau Pele. You can hedge it. You can cut the tops off, and actually what happens is you get these little succulents, these little succulent leaves like this guy right here that all start coming up. My friend does this. He cuts all the tops off, lets all the succulent little small leaves come up, and he eats those and puts those in his smoothies or whatever. And then all the lower large leaves he leaves down below to create a canopy to keep out other plants from taking over or whatever. You can't eat the large leaves. We eat the large leaves often. We just cut them up and put them in stews, steam them, all kinds of things. When you steam them, they do get a little slimy-ish. It's in the same family as okra. As you temperate climate people might know about okra a little bit. It's same family, so it gets that kind of that slime that okra gets, you know, whatever. So putting it in stews or smoothies or eating it raw or whatever, you don't get that slime as much as if you were to like just steam it or boil just this, you know, kind of a thing. Either way, it's still really good. It's still really healthy, really soothing on your gut. If you have gut issues and you have problems with digestion, I would try this out. And really easy to grow. Last amazing fact, this is obviously high in fiber. Fiber feeds the good bacteria in your gut. And that good bacteria, that's fiber-eating bacteria, creates butyrate, which is the product that tells your body to decrease inflammation, right? If there's no butyrate, then you have high levels of inflammation. So, anti-inflammatory right here, all right? Go to nutritionfacts.org. It's a great website because it's not just opinions. It's based on scientific evidence that they have compiled into easily obtainable information. So, Lau Pele, good stuff. Let's see this again.